Oh. Oh god, I didn't do any housekeeping, did I? I love discussing it. When college gets quiet on a Friday morning, me and the two other software lecturers love discussing it. I think it's funny how quick, what I find interesting from like an outside perspective is how quickly it went from being something that looked to be like a really cool thing or something that people like mocked. Well, maybe not mocked, but like it was like, whoa, this is really neat. And then also other people were like, oh, it's so dumb how like it can't do anything. It went from that to being like the worst thing ever for a lot of people. And it's like, calm down, calm down. I know it can be used for evil, but it's not the worst thing. There are worse things. Yeah. It went from a mess to something that's progressing really well to being a bit of a mess again. I think that's a good way of describing it, in that it's like, you look at like, go back 5 years and look at some of the early image generation. You often got like things that looked neat but were just like surreal. And myself. Yeah, covered in hands not working. Like you could, often some of those early ones, you could do some interesting things with, you could get some interesting results when you asked it to do like a landscape. If you said, hey, make like a village landscape or a forest landscape or some shit like that. And you get some interesting visual things, but like it was, you know, when you ever, like if you tried to, you know, if you wanted to make something that looked like a dream or looked like a nightmare or looked like a blurry photograph, you could get some cool results. But otherwise it was, you know, bad. And then it got really good. And I think a lot of people don't like that it's really good. Or like it was cool and now it's just the fact that it's, I think, maybe not the AI in and of itself, but more so the fact of how like, how quickly it's been like spun off into everything and anything. And I think that kind of breeds a sort of resentment where people are like, oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck off. We don't, you know, like, please, like, oh, why does everything have to have it? And I, you know, I think I kind of agree with that. Someone who's currently working on a project to add some AI assistance tools to our internal dev apps. It's definitely not going to fucking replace people anytime soon. Something we talk. Well, see, you know what the thing is that it is not at the point where it can replace people, but it won't stop people from trying. That, I think, is the main thing. Does that make sense? Because, like, you can look at it and be like, it's like, this is not fit to, like, replace a human being in something, but people are going to try it anyway. So, Oh, that's the thing, is like, yeah, again, it's just, it's too... See, the thing is that, like, if you've messed around with any...
Here.
If you've messed around with any sort of AI, be it either like stuff like a ChatGPT or stuff like a, you know, if you've messed around with any sort of like the image creation, it's just so easy for it to like fuck up that it's not useful yet. It's not like 100% useful yet.
Huh? Yeah.
You know. Like, it's, you know, like the way I use, like, for example, stuff like a ChatGPT is I think of it as like, I use it as like a Google search in the form of like, you know, text, like written text, instead of like a list of results. You know, when I ask it to do something, I'm essentially treating it as this is just like a Google search, and I have to be careful of like what I'm looking for, because I know it can just pull up a bunch of shite.
Hey, don't mind the...
Alright, gotta do some housekeeping, because I didn't do any last time. Ow. Don't worry, don't get me wrong, something basic, I can get a couple of random PowerShell scripts to work, been written before. But I'll still go over... Yeah, exactly. I once asked an AI image generator to make a street with several houses in a game what I can only describe as a melted king of England. Hello, YouTube watcher. How are you? Would you like to buy all these stim packs? Nice. What? I completely forgot what gun I'm using. 32, 10. Micro? Okay. 10mm rounds. I sell all this shit. 9, 12 gauge. These C-packs.
Good hunting.
Good hunting. What we need to do is we need to find one of those merchants, the traveling merchants, because they all have... Oh, wait. Does Flak and... I think Flak and Rivets... No. Was it the merchant? I don't know. Someone had... Oh, doctor's not open.
Girl, you're...
Something about this playthrough with this doctor, Doc Church here. I don't know if it's normally like that, but he talks to you every time you come into the clinic. Like, I don't actually have to engage with him. It's like a weird thing where he's automatically engaging in conversation. I don't know if that's, like, a thing. Do you have any fixer I can buy? No.
That...
Alright, well, I should probably start talking. It's only been like 7 minutes in the game, and we've been talking about AI. So, everything in Fallout 3 is done. I have done every quest. I've done every DLC. The only thing left to complete this playthrough, and what I'm calling 100%, is to find the remaining points of interest on the map. So, as you can see, we've got quite a few bits and bobs all over the map. Especially down here in DC. So yeah, that's it. This is just going to be walking to places and probably shooting a lot of super mutants. Oh god, DC is filled with the bastards.
Nice to see you again.
I will buy... Do you have any fixer? I'll buy your fixer. And I'll buy your... So let's start. Do you have any steady? I'll buy your steady. And I'll buy your... Do I how much psycho I got? I don't know. I don't even know if I... This shit's so abundant in the wasteland, I don't think I need to buy anymore. Drugs are so easy to find in the wasteland.
Decided to check out the...
Do you repair, right? You have... Oh, he only has a 58. So yeah, we have to find... The traveling merchants. I think it's a bug, or if it's I don't know if it's a bug or intentional. I've read that it is a bug that the merchants will somehow bug out and they will slowly have their repair skill increase, or that it's also intentional, or that it's also like maybe something I don't know. But the merchants, the traveling merchants, all have 100% repair, which means they can fix everything to maximum durability, which is really broken. What did you make? Oh wow. I've messed around with some AI stuff, and I found that even without like some of the stuff like I don't know what the specifics, but when it comes to generation, if you tell it to generate something that it can have a lot of if that has a lot of references to reference, it can do easy. So something like like a Darth Vader, I found that video game characters were very easy for it to do. The ones I've messed with, because it's just like, there's just so much like, oh, you want it to do fucking Link? There's so much Link. You know what I mean? So we can go, you know, we might as well, we'll cross over into Arlington, find any points in around Arlington, and then we'll go west, and then like around, I don't know, we're following the map, we're finding stuff. There's points of interest to find, and I be finding them. And then we're done, and this might actually be the end of Fallout 3, at which point we can do the final quest to go to Union Station, and maybe we'll find Union Station in this too, and then we can have that ticked off for going to the Mojave. Where? You fuckers, you fuckers. Oh, I sold all the electronic, I sold all the fucking EC because I'm stupid. Oh no. God, it's been a week since I played. I completely forgot that that thing uses like the electron charge packs. Is that enough? Is it returning? What are they fighting? I don't know what the fuck that was. Was that like a raider? I don't know if I'm going to explore every location, because a lot of the locations in this game are kind of dull. There's not much to it. But we might as well try a couple. Oh look, raiders.
Yeah, tear 'em apart.
No, used for that is actually more for anime characters. Just pick one at random. Yeah. Again, when you have I messed around with generating stuff locally on my computer, downloading what is it called? I downloaded like Comfy UI, I think is what it's called, and you know, you make like essentially a workflow, and you download all the like the different models and stuff like that, and it was cool. You could get some really good results, but it was just a case of like it also it essentially used your entire GPU as it did it, and I was just like, I don't know how good this is for the longevity.
I'm gonna tear you.
Oh, speaking of stuff I gotta do. So, something I didn't know that is something I should have done is apparently for like months now, there's like a BIOS update I should have installed on my motherboard because of like an issue with the Intel 13th and 14th gen CPUs. I had no idea that that was a thing. Whenever World of Warcraft bugged me that I should update my BIOS, I ignored it, but apparently it's something I should do, and that's something I have to do, but updating my BIOS terrifies the shit out of me. So, yeah. I didn't know that there was like a thing where something with like the CPUs that we're using, or like the voltages get too high, and it like lowers the lifespan of the CPU, and that there's a BIOS fix to change that. And I didn't know that that was like a thing, because I never had any issues. I never had any issues. Like, it's like, oh, it may cause instability or crashing, and I was like, I never had any of that problem. Apparently, it was also, from what I've seen, it's for people who like never turn their computer off, which to me is insane. I don't know. I don't know if people like I turn my computer off every night. When I'm done with my computer for the day, I shut it off. I close all the programs and I turn it off. BIOS updates are the most over-engineering things on the planet. As long as you don't interrupt one, they're possibly the safest updates you can do. See, that's the thing, though, is that, like, you know, that's, I think, the biggest fear is that it's like, you know, okay, you have your, you know, you put your update onto a USB stick, it's in your computer, you're going through the BIOS and you've hit update, you know, or whatever the option is, and you're, like, crossing your fingers, that it doesn't just like, oh, there's a power surge, and now it interrupted it halfway through, and now your computer is fucked. You've essentially bricked it, you know? Why does this motherfucker have power armor? Fuck kind of lunatic doesn't turn off their computer? There are people out there who never shut their PC off. They're nutters who literally like they turn their PC on, like they just keep it on for maybe days, weeks at a time. They just let it, like, whenever they don't, you know, whenever they're done with it, they just, like, turn the monitor off and just let it eventually just go into sleep mode, and that's it. I was chatting with one of the second-line blokes at work and came across someone whose work laptop had been live for 49 days. Yeah, people do that. Hello, Cyber. How you doing? Ooh, guns and bullets. They were under the impression that closing the lid was the same as shutting it down. I think for some laptops you can actually make it so that that's what it does. I think there's like, or at least that might be an option, right? That you can make it so that the that shutting the lid of the laptop shuts it down. But no, again, that's the thing, is that no, it doesn't. So for most cases. You can, we fucking don't. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. I've only had a couple laptops for, like, university. And it was just, like, you know, I always just shut it. Whenever it was shut the lid, it was just to put it into, like, a sleep mode if I had to, you know, move to another class or whatever. But, that was a fucking pointless building. That sucked. You want to move a meeting or you snap a shot? Fuck, yeah, exactly. Well, yep, you turned off your computer. Good job, idiot. I'm actually going to go quickly back to Rivet City and see if I can buy, if in case we run into more people with power armor. The Tesla cannon does extra damage against power armored nerds. Because that spreadsheet you've been building for 4 hours.
If you want any of...
Do you have any electronic charge packs? You got 700 of them? We'll buy like 400. $22. That's that. That. And then that. That.
A pleasure doing business with you.
Because most people don't understand why I wear a t-shirt that says save regularly on it. That's why you know what? That's why I save all the time in video games. So many times people will come in and be like, you save your game a lot. And it's like, motherfucker, games can you can lose so much progress if you're not on any of it being your own fault. It's just the fact that games can sometimes break. Games can sometimes glitch out. you know, and you're fucked, and you don't want to, you know, and so I treat the same thing for when it comes to words, when it comes to like work on a computer. Like if I'm writing something, if I was writing an essay, or if I'm, let's for example, editing a video, I'm making sure that thing is saving every couple, like, you know, every 20-30 minutes, that it's not gonna make me lose all this progress. Write 3 words and my hand just automates to the Control S. Control S. Oh my I was so far away, and that fucked me still. I don't save it all until it's too late. Drugs. Drogas. Ooh, I'll take the fixer. Just use OneDrive or something? Every time, the first thing I do when I start up like a new Windows build is I rip every vestige of OneDrive out of it, because I fucking hate it. No, I don't want to save it into OneDrive. I want to save it into the fucking computer that I'm on. Ah! No, don't save everything twice, once on OneDrive and once where my computer is. Oh, personal shit, yeah, fuck that. Yeah, for like work, that's fine. At work we have a Google Drive and a Dropbox. That's what we use to share shit if we have to. You know. Or honestly, like, one of the things we often do is that because sometimes it's just like, it can be easier. It's just like, here's a fucking USB stick that has whatever the thing you need. Like, you know, here it is. I just like walk over and give it to you. Like classmates' college accounts have shat themselves and we lost work. CT spends a week fixing shit. Microsoft is threatening me with deleting my files because OneDrive is full. See, what you do is you don't use OneDrive, and what you do is instead you buy 3 SSDs for your computer, so you have 6 terabytes of storage on your computer. I have 4 external hard drives. I have a big 8 terabyte external hard drive that I have an 8 terabyte external hard drive that I use to save the backups of the streams for, or like, well, I record the streams and then when I'm done posting them, I put them over to that hard drive. And what fucking frightens me is I bought that thing like a year ago when I started posting stuff to YouTube, and now it's almost full, which is like, oh no. 8 terabytes only lasts a year. And it's like, then I go, oh wait, I'm doing this at 60 frames a second, 1080p, and these streams are like 5 hours, so, yeah. Behold video size madness. See, you know what, that is one thing it's interesting how based off of the game how different the size is. Like sometimes the raw file of like a recording of a stream is, let's say, like for example on Wednesday, since it was just like a browser game and then my VTuber, in the file was like 10 gigabytes, even though it was 5.5 hours. It was very, very small. Where sometimes a game will be like 3 hours of a stream and it will be a 50 gigabyte recording. And it's like the same settings. Like I'm not changing the settings in between. This is an area in Fallout. There's so many of areas in 3 and in New Vegas where they have all this like physics objects set up because this is like a raider camp. And this area gets completely fucked if you ever use explosive weapons. Like if I used a grenade or a rocket, this shit would be just thrown everywhere because Havoc physics very good. And yeah. If you're a ghost machine, don't save shit. It's a reading nap and I got a social media fucked up bear. I don't know. I save my streams because it's like, why not? Although part of it is like, I'm gonna have to start buying more hard drives, so maybe I won't. I've come to the I'm starting to become a bit more picky with the streams I save. If it's like a playthrough of something I've like enjoyed, like I'm saving all these videos. But then if it's like random one game stream, like that can go by the wayside. That doesn't have to be backed up. Because I started streaming again last year in May, and I took like a year off. But before that, I had streamed for like maybe I think 16 to 18 months, so like a year and a half-ish. And I didn't post to YouTube. I didn't have a YouTube channel then, and I didn't save any of the streams. So like I had like a year and a half's worth of streams just gone. And I'm like, man, some of those I wish I kept. But that's why I decided to start saving. Did I save the Ride to Hell streams? I think I did. Which, honestly, I think that's worth it. I think those Ride to Hell was I keep forgetting I'm supposed to be going to the fucking points of interest. Ride to Hell was worth it, because that was, like, a fucking wild experience. I will say, like, that wasn't too bad. That was, like, a terrible game, but it was so interesting to, like, to explore it. And to be probably, like, be one of the very small amount of people who have actually played that game start to finish. You know, because what I remember, and if you look up a lot of videos of people who try to play Ride to Hell Retribution, they play the first hour and a half, 2 hours usually, and then they tap out, and they're like, I'm done. We're done, that's good enough. They fight, like, the first boss, and at the end of, like, the fucking refinery or whatever or no, it's a brewery. They get, like, there, and that's it. And it was really cool to see parts of that game, like, way later on that I had never seen. That wasn't me holding my breath, that was the character holding the breath. Up there with the Bible, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and Lord of the Rings. You know, it's probably one of the worst finished games I've ever seen. Because, like, that game is finished. That game is complete. It has a start, a middle, and an end. It has content throughout it. It has cutscenes and character and story, as bad as they are. So it's like a complete package. And it's just terrible throughout. Just absolutely awful. And I don't know if it's the worst game. I don't know. I feel like it's hard to pick a game that is the worst game I've ever played, because I feel like if you wanted to, you could really sort of... You could break it down into different categories. Feature complete. It's just a shame the features are all dog shit. That is actually perfect, Lugor. That's you nailed it. Like there's a you know, there's a case of like I guess you could say like worst game that's like a terrible broken mess, worst game that's complete, worst game that is like from like a big publisher or developer. You know, like I would say that Fallout 76 is probably one of the worst games ever made by a big name publisher, like a big name developer publisher. Because it was, like, Fallout 76, I think that the gameplay is not great. There's so many issues with the gameplay, so many issues with, like, the story, so many issues with the combat. But the way, when it first came out, and still kind of to this day, the technical issues that plague that game are, like, it was so bad. Oh my god, playing that game in the first week of launch it was holy shit. So much just didn't work. Skipped it said they didn't bother with any breeze planning, whatever. They started making shit with a banger in the office that said 80s biker shit, let's go, bro. Well, what's interesting with what's interesting about that game, What Ride to Hell, is that it was apparently supposed to be more, like, it was supposed to be more ambitious originally. Like, apparently it was supposed to be like a big open world game. And you can kind of see that in the size of some of the levels, where it was like, oh, I could see how these, like, were, like, supposed to, like, stitch together at one point and be like a world of some kind. Like, you had all these different areas. You had, oh, it's like the California deserts, and then, oh, the California forests, like the redwoods. Oh, it's the what's it called, like the Hollywood Hills kind of thing. Like, you had all of that, and then it was sort of just like, well, we don't either have the time, the money, or the expertise to actually make that real, so we're just gonna, like, put together this, like, level by level sort of game, you know. Yeah, some of the far-off background bits were too detailed to not be explorable. Yeah, it was clear it was going to be like, oh, here's the desert, and then here's the forest, and, you know, maybe they were, like, different, like, loaded areas. Devs are from Newcastle, which explains a lot. I don't know. And I know that it was clearly not made by people from North America when on the very main menu. The main menu has, like, I think a price of, like, a bike or a gun or something. And it's the way that they separate... it was like $10,000 or something like that. And it was 10 period 000. And we don't do that in North America. It would be 10, comma 000. We'd only use a decimal point for, like, cents. For, like, if it was, like, you know, $10,000.50, we'd do 10, comma 000.50. And so it's like, why are weird people from the UK making, or from Europe, I don't know where, if it was from the UK, why are they making, like, an American biker gang video game? What would you more likely to pick? Oh, an overall shitty, buggy, broken game, or a technically good one with fundamentally disappointed you? What would you go for first? God, it's weird because they both have... They're both going to be miserable experiences, and they're going to be miserable experiences in different ways. And I think it's a case of, like... Honestly, like, if you said, here are two games, you have to play... both of these games back to back. One of them is a technically awful game, and the other one is a technically functional game. It's just, like, disappointing in whatever way. I would pick the disappointing one first, and then I would pick the technically broken one. And because the thing is that, like, you play the one that works, technically, but is disappointing for whatever reason, and at the end of that, you go, wow, that fucking sucked. I'm totally like, this sucks. I'm bored, I'm, like, demoralized. I feel like I've wasted my fucking time. Where then you can play, like, a technically broken one, and then you can have some fun in how technically broken it is. Like, there was a whole genre of YouTube videos, of videos on the internet for years of people playing games specifically that were technically broken because it's fun to dive into a game that's technically broken. You'd probably be able to have more fun with a game that is technically, like, a mess, outside of it, like, being completely unable to run. Like, if it's like, oh, it just crashes the desktop all the time, then, okay, that's not going to be very fun. But if it's just like a buggy, glitchy mess, it's like, yeah, you can have some fun fucking around with bugs and glitches. Where sometimes with another game, where if it's just like boring, or if it's just disappointing, where it's like, oh, the gameplay sucks, and the story sucks, and the world sucks, and the characters suck, it's like, great. God of War 18 as your worst. See, it's like, it's one of those things where it's like God of War 2018, I had never played a God of War game before. I was not into that series, so I played that just because I thought it looked cool, and also I didn't really have wait, did I play it on my, no, I didn't. Did I play it on, I don't remember if I had it on my PlayStation or if I just waited for the PC release, but regardless, I thought that game was like fine. I just like particularly like just, I don't know, it just didn't resonate with me, and so I kind of just went, like, I would never play that game again, and I don't particularly consider it very good. Mostly because the gameplay was, I didn't find the gameplay engaging. Like, I couldn't give a shit about, never played Dad of War, but I watched playthrough and enjoyed the story. Well, see, that's the thing, is, like, you know, I found the story, okay, fine, but, like, the thing is that, like, I have to be engaged with what I'm doing for the, you know, 15 to 30 hours that I'm actually listening to this story, and I just didn't find that playing it. You know, I'm sure it makes for a more interesting watch than it does actually a play, because I found the gameplay to be like, just not bad, not great. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline, well, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is a case of, like, it's interesting because, you know, what, a couple minutes ago I said that Ride to Hell Retribution is a finished game and is terrible. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is an unfinished game that has a lot of good in it. I don't know if I would call it a great game, but I would call it a good game that is very clearly unfinished, and they had to wrap it up. You know what I mean? They were given. There are stories from the lead devs where they're like, you know, you need to, like, the publishers are like giving us more time and money, but we have to fucking finish this game. And then eventually the publishers were like, we can't give you any more time or money. You have to, like, wrap it up. Black Flag. It's, you know what I find amazing? You just mentioned Black Flag. Like, it's amazing that Ubisoft never managed to capitalize on the fact that everyone loved the pirate shit. Like, yeah, they made that one pirate game, but they didn't fucking, like, it wasn't good. It took them, like, a decade to, like, I can't believe, like, fucking just make a pirate game, guys. That was great. What is the technical, like, the very technical, like, medical term for someone being blown up? It's like total body disruption. Let me look at total body disruption. Yes, total body disruption is the acute fatal destruction of the body. Synonymous terminology from the emergency medical services field is gross dismemberment. Commonly referred to as being blown up, blown apart, or dashed to pieces in older literature, total body disruption may be caused by trauma as being close to explosion, decompression, implosion is the most severe type of blast injury. Total body disruption. Terms is fuck Jim. I like to think that Black Flag was made by an outsource or a B team, and Ubisoft took it really personally. So you in your mind, it's a Obsidian, what's it called? Slash Obsidian Bethesda New Vegas thing. Take Black Flag, rip off all the dullest dishwasher, Assassin's Creed shit, and add a pirate story, and fuck the king. We steal and drink rum. Lisa said, "Yeah, exactly." You know what's something I learned that apparently was a thing? Apparently Obsidian wanted to, back in the day, make more games for Bethesda. They offered to Bethesda, like, we want to make more games, like, we'll make spin-off games. Like, we want to make more spin-off games. So, like, you guys do... You know, Bethesda makes, like, the big mainline titles, and we'll make, like, spin-offs in the Elder Scrolls and or Fallout and or whatever, right? And apparently Bethesda said no. Bethesda did not take that deal up back in the day. Which is just... I don't know, more and more of it is I think Bethesda is just insanely bitter that... There have been, what, there have been 4 3D Fallout games, and only one of them is good, and it's the only one not made by them. And that of those other 3 games made by them, they are the worst in the series, with 76 being an absolute travesty, and Fallout 4 not being far behind. Oh my god, I'm dead. Wasn't looking at my health bar. Fuck. This is why you save, kids. Back when Obsidian had the self-awareness to recognize their original universes are fucking boring as shit. Yeah, I don't know. It's like... It's weird because... Again, yeah, like, they do well when they're, like, making stuff attached... Like, with Fallout New Vegas... I don't know what it is. I don't know if Fallout New Vegas was lightning in a bottle, but like, man. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take some drugs. Let me open my inventory. Jesus. Randy Bitchford still has a career, I'll never know. Gearbox bombed a lot more than it succeeded over the last 20 years. Ugh. Gearbox and Randy are they're the turd that won't flush. They're the bug that won't be squished kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. Like, do you guys have ticks in the UK? You ever try to squeeze a tick? Like pop it, like squish a tick? Like, you can't squish a tick. Ticks are like notoriously you can't squish them. They're so small and they're flat, and you can't like squeeze them. You put them under your shoe, they still live. You try to squeeze them in like a tissue between your fingers, they're still alive. That's Randy and Gearbox. It's just like, what the fuck? My issue with 76 is currently the leveling and exploring experience from 1 to 30 is generally really good. After that, it goes off the rails with grinding and a slog. It becomes depressing that the early stuff. Yeah, you know what? Like, there was potential. I'm of the opinion, and I don't have any. I have literally no evidence to substantiate this, and it might be completely incorrect. So, if there is evidence to the contrary, I would actually love to know. I feel like 76 was going to be a spin-off in the same vein as Fallout New Vegas, where it was just like, oh, it's gonna be in a different place, and it's gonna be a different story, and it's gonna be its own thing. And it was going to be its own story, like its own single-player game, just in like a different location, like Fallout New Vegas, and then they just turned it into a multiplayer game, like a quarter of the way through development. Because when the game first came out, that's what it felt like. It felt like the game was like, it's like, oh, and see, that's what I mean, is that like, apparently as far as I know, it was always supposed to be multiplayer schlock, and it's like, again, I have no evidence, and I'm willing to accept that it's like, it's just me, you know, that's like, I'm just positing a wrong, or an incorrect theory. But because of like how fucked the game was, I always assumed that it was like something that had been fucked. Does that make sense?
You're good.
It's a case of like, I don't know either way, and I can't be asked enough to actually like look into it, because it's like, I ultimately don't care enough about Fallout 76 to like look into the development. It's always, the multi stuff is last minute. See, like, that's the thing, is like,
Defender Rococo.
I've only,
Don't shoot at me or my friend.
I've never heard any like I have heard either way, where it's like I've heard people say it's supposed to be, it was always supposed to be multiplayer, and then I've heard it was stapled on at the last minute. So, and I don't know if it's just like hearsay, you know, anecdotes. I don't know. And again, ultimately, it's like, does it really matter? Does it really matter? No, because it's a bad game regardless of what their intentions was. You know, regardless of whether it was supposed to be a multiplayer game from the very beginning or it was stapled on at the last minute, they made garbage, and it's bad. Can't be fucked, don't you? Brink. Oh my god, Brink. Lugor. Lugor, you have brought back memories of that. I remember Brink was like the weird platforming, like, parkour shooter, right? That's what that was. Because, holy shit, I was, for a moment of time, really, really excited for that game. So excited, and I was so looking forward to it, and I thought it was going to be fucking awesome. And then the day it came out, and all of like the reviews started pouring in, that it's like, this game is like, you know, and you gotta remember, it's like these places were giving it like a 6, like a 5 and a 6, which means it might have actually been like a 3 or a 4. And I went, oh no, and then I canceled my pre-order and got the deposit back. That I like the aesthetic and the setting of like, yeah, it's like, oh, humanity's on this thing, this arc, and yeah, there's like the security forces versus like a rebel slash, you know, resistance, uprising, whatever you want to call it. It's like, that was neat, but just like the game was apparently just so fucking mid. Battleborn. That was a great game. How long did that game last? Like 5 months? Battleborn. I never played it. 2016. Oh, wow. Apparently it lasted till 2021. Who was playing it? Yeah, again, it was shitty Paladins, which was it was rip-off Paladins, which in turn was rip-off Overwatch. You know what? It's funny how, like, you know, Overwatch has been, like, ripped on, killed by Overwatch, which then dishonorably disemboweled itself, because, yeah. Well, it's just... Overwatch was, like, I guess on the tail end of, like, people liking... maybe not liking, but, like, on the tail end of Bethesda making anything of quality. Because, like, there's some good stuff in Overwatch. Like, the original Overwatch was, like, fun. And it's one of those things where it's like, I had tons of fun playing Overwatch back in the day. The original Overwatch, I had tons of fun playing it with friends. I liked the heroes. I liked the sort of, like, almost comic book aesthetic world that they set up with, like, heroes and villains and da-da-da-da-da. There was, like, people liked Overwatch. And I feel like there's, like, it's like a thing where, like, I don't know, like, oh, Overwatch was always shit. And I'm like, no, not, like, people, like, you can think that, but it's like a lot of people liked that game. And it might have always been shit, but, like, it wasn't not popular. You can say that it came out a few months apart from Legion. It wasn't the tail end. It wasn't tail end. It was Blizzard's last proper peak. Yeah, you could say, like, yeah, it was like, yeah. If again, the time frame. I think saying that the time frame was around Legion. I think that's like. Then yeah, it was sort of like this is the fall began after that, because after Legion it was just like that was it. Blizzard. Yeah, I remember Hearthstone. Oh god, people loved Hearthstone. Is Hearthstone, like, still a thing? Blizz was generally on top of the world again at that point. It was almost like feeling the old Wrath days again. It was like a second wind, and then they died. You know, it's like, you know what it was? It's like radiation sickness, where it's like they start getting sicker and sicker, and then for a couple of days they start getting better. Like they like seem to look like they're recovering, and it's like, oh, they're gonna make it, and then the radiation sickness comes back to end it. That's what that was. I never understood virtual cards. Just play cards. Well, it's the thing of, like, it's easier to just, like, play a game of cards. Of, like, online. It's easier to just be like, I want to play online, like, right now, and I want to do it on my iPad while I'm on the treadmill. Because that's where I played a lot of my Hearthstone, was I'd set my iPod up on the treadmill, and then I would just play Hearthstone for, like, you know, 40 minutes. But, you know, and it's, you know, you don't have to deal with things, like, you don't have to go somewhere, you don't have to pay for, like, gas or transit, you don't have to, like, you can do it anytime you want. Man, some of these locations are just so fucking boring. I don't know why Bethesda put in all these power stations on the map. There's like 15 of these power stations, and they're like all like one of two different layouts, and it's just like, why? Why was it necessary to, like, why wouldn't you just, like, it's a shed with a page from the Anarchist Cookbook, yeah, really. And like, is this going to be I get ambushed on the way out? By raiders? Me and my friends, me and 3 friends of mine had a solid 5-year run of going to the same coffee shop every Monday morning to play. It was a good time. I had friends in high school who did whatever night magic, and I always thought it was so strange. I'm like, why are you going into like, you know? It's like, oh, we have to get the we had to pay for like the $15 buy-in or whatever. The thing is if I'm remembering my Fallout lore, the U.S. had shifted almost entirely over to nuclear energy, so why are there 5 substations every 5 feet? Well, again, I think that where... Oh, there's another rad scorpion bugging out like earlier. Holy shit. Disable. There we go. Again, it's... With how much Bethesda has messied the lore, it's like, we're not really sure exactly now, like, where... Oh, is that an albino rad scorpion? It is. There's 2 albino rad scorpions. These are broken steel enemies, high level. Like, we're not really sure if there was nuclear power was prolific, or if it wasn't, or like, because there was still wars over oil, and we're not really sure, and like, oil being limited is like a huge thing, but then for some reason in Fallout 4, there's like a bunch of items that are made out of plastic, and I don't know if Bethesda knows what plastic is made out of. But, you know what I mean? Like, all the cars are like, I don't know, neoplastic made out of fucking rock. Still, a game of plastic is made out of plastic. It's in the name. Yeah, you go into the plastic mines, and you got to be careful that you don't hit a molten plastic vein and get melted. Okay, so this is Evergreen Mills. And Evergreen Mills is like the big raider base of this area. This is supposed to be... But again, it doesn't matter because all the raiders are just unaffiliated crazy people. And it's not like there's any quests or missions or anything you can do here. The cars are nuclear powered. The cars have been like... Or like, at least some cars have been nuclear powered since at least Fallout 2. Because Fallout 2, you would charge your... Or the cars were at least battery powered, because you could charge your car in Fallout 2 with energy cells and microfusion cells. So... Plastic grows on bushes, like pineapples, plastic trees. Yeah, this is... The Fallout lore has been Fallout fucked. It's just blame Bethesda. Oh no, I destroyed the electric fence and now a super mutant behemoth has been released. Wait, did I kill him with that critical strike? Oh no, okay. Look at this good AI interaction. "16 times the fuck-ups. Like, the behemoths are such a waste. Like, they don't do anything with... They're not, like... They're used I think it's like they're too big that they can only be used in like a couple set piece locations. Probably save before this guy murders me. It's 4 times bigger of a fuck up. I'm curious if like, when are they going to announce their next thing? When are they going to show, how many years is it going to be until they show off Elder Scrolls, like an actual footage of it? And we have Todd Howard come on, you know what? It's going to be so funny whenever the next thing isn't, like, they have something to show, and where all of the fucking morons are going to completely forget all of the previous disappointments, and just be like, yo, 2 years, the next thing they will show will be a rushed Fallout 5. Oh, right, I forgot. We talked about that. Right, I do think that might actually happen, that they might fast-track Fallout instead of Elder Scrolls because of the television show. I still, yeah, I could see that being a possibility. Because they're gonna get, do you think they're gonna get a 3rd season at least? Fallout has so much more pull than ES right now. Yeah, I think because Fallout has broken into the mainstream. No. Fallout has broken into the mainstream of gaming for a long time. Fallout has broken into the mainstream of normies, which means you know it's ruined. They're gonna make a Fallout 5 of some kind, probably. You know what I'm gonna say? They're gonna make a Fallout 5. It's gonna be Bethesda's first game on the West Coast. They're gonna go to the West Coast, and they are going to proceed to piss on whatever is left of the original Fallout lore and the setting. They will go to the West Coast, and it will be scorched earth. Anything and everything that has not already been fucked by the show will be fucked by the TV. Or by the game, by like whatever the Fallout 5 is. They will find a way to bring up the Master and the Lieutenant and the Enclave, and it will be fucking stupid. They will have 1 or 2 small teams working on ES and another 600 employees working on Fallout. I wouldn't be surprised. Is that something is that your speculation, or do you have any info to that? Like any? Because I would buy that if it's speculation even.
Who is that? Oh, this is gonna be fun. Ah!
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. B-A-D-D. Bad. My speculation in years of watching and family stupid shit studios do when they smell a profit. I would say that, you know what? Yeah, you might be right. I wouldn't be surprised if they even like were working on Elder Scrolls. And well, one of the thing I think a lot of people have speculated that the fact that Elder Scrolls 6 was announced like 8,500 years ago, and that nothing has been shown since, is a case of them using that as a way this, because it was before Microsoft bought them, right? And so it was like a way of being like, hey, Microsoft, we're working on Elder Scrolls 6, you know, the sequel to that game that sold 800 million copies. You should buy us because we're making that sequel, by the way. Yeah, Todd recently said it was alive. I did see that. Yeah, but it's an incredibly long way off. They stripped. I've worked at companies that strip technical teams off of projects except for one person so they can report the project is ongoing, despite it moving at the speed of entropy. Yeah. The most honest thing. I would buy it being being a long way off. Shouldn't be. Oops. Should just be like green. Oh, I guess we have the overlay for this. I don't know. I don't know what would be better, this or just turn on the flashlight. Flashlight. Oh. Oh, my health is low. Shit. Your health is low. Do you have any potions or food? A bit of a hobby watching what XDegs and testers have said on record about insane decisions made at the top. Made at the drop of a hat because the stakeholders pushed money in the new direction with the hope of a massive return. Off again, project manager green light guns. Games have a lot of project managers. I don't think it's. Oh man. Power of God and anime on my side. Thank you for resubscribing, Cyber. Appreciate that. For 6 months. Oh my God. I've been affiliate for 6 months. Wow, that's crazy. Holy shit. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Ow. I will say, whenever you guys subscribe, whenever anyone follows or subscribes or anything, I'm never sure how much to like say thank you. Does that make sense? I don't want to end up. I don't want it to be like, oh, thank you. I don't want it to be like that. But then at the same time, I don't want to be like saying a saying what's it called? Like a catchphrase where it just becomes like a robotic motto where it's like, oh, thank you for subscribing, my man. Yo, you know, or something like that, right? So I kind of just go like, yeah, thank you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, but I don't. That was during Halo 2, if I recall correctly, when you were just on Earth. I don't even remember. Because it doesn't just like click on it when you hit the requirements for affiliate. It will tell you, and then I had to do like a whole process where I have to go in, you know, filling in a bunch of information. I have to make sure they have like my I have to confirm for like tax purposes who I am and like address and stuff like that. And they had to go through all of that first because it's not like, oh, you're you're an affiliate now. Boom. No offense, it's a supper the gin. I appreciate the resubscriptions and all that. I'm still surprised. It's so weird because it's like I streamed for years I streamed for like a while with like nothing, and then like in like a year's time, maybe not even in a year's time, like even over the last year, like since like January, it's been like pretty good, pretty good compared to what it was all before. Oh my fucking God. It's the boobs. Who put the oohs on? Who was that? That was Cyber. I see you. I see you when you do that. It shows me.
You're dead.
Really?
I'm gonna pay you up.
Oh look, it's the brothel. It's the place where all the raiders have sex. I found you back in February by accident, been watching someone play Morrowind. The playlist fucked up, went into a random video, or in this case stream, and you were having a semi-miserable time in the Clockwork City. Oh wow. That's where that was. Oh, that's when you... Oh man. Yeah, the Clockwork City wasn't great. It was not great. Clockwork City, do you like a long corridor dungeon? Thank you, Bethesda. I remember you were, I remember joking about your female audience saying you're tricking people and you were offended. I don't know, some people are like legitimately like, oh, you're doing that on purpose, you know, to like, I don't know, catfish people or something. Love Machine Power Armor. Excuse me? I don't recall when, but the first stream I caught was Who Killed the Family of Fucking Weirdo. Oh, right. You were... Yeah, that's interesting. You caught me at, like... It was weird that... You caught me playing, like, a very strange game. The, Who... Oh, no, wait. What was it? Who killed the Wintergreens? No, that's not what it's called. What was it called? The root trees are dead. That's what it was. The root trees are dead. That one was lots of potential and a very boring ending. The Root Trees Are Dead is a detective game where a family, a rich family called the Root Trees, the three daughters and the husband all die in a plane crash. And then you are tasked, you're like a private investigator, and you are tasked with, by some mysterious figure, to essentially, for reasons I can't remember exactly, you're tasked with researching the Root Tree's family history and essentially compiling their family tree to help sort out, like, I think, like, an inheritance or some shit like that. And so you have to, like, use, like, 1990s internet, and as well as, like, all these other documents and such to essentially find the... Oh, and the game just crashed, by the way. The game just froze. Oh, there it is, back. Okay, I think what happens is that it's too big of a... I think I have too many save files. I think I have to delete those in Mod Organizer. Oh yeah, the end. Yeah, and it's like the sweets and like the fucking the candies are named after the family, and there was like a missing member. Like there was a thing where it's at the very end. There was like the ultimate super secret was that there was like one family member, and you had to think really hard of who it was, and to like find out what their name was, and also to find a photo of them, because that's the other challenges was that you had to find not just the names but the photos of each of the members. It was kind of similar to Return of the Obra Dinn, and yeah, there was a missing brother who was like cut out, and the reason he was cut out was he was like gay, and it was like, you see, to find his picture, there's this, like, early picture of the family, of, like, the siblings, and he's a dude in the background. And it's like, that's his photo. And, yes, he was living with a farmhand because they were lovers, and, yeah, it was the adopted daughter. Yeah, and they they adopted a bastard daughter, and she was and she gave you the job. And, it just felt like a very underwhelming thing, because I thought there was, like, a mystery. Like, I thought there was, like, going to be some sort of conspiracy or some sort of reason that the root trees had died. Like, it wasn't just an accident, or that there was going to be something. But no. And I was just like, oh, that's what it was? It's like, I guess that's a twist.
Hey, you. Hey, man, relax.
Sounds like a bad trip. It was a very limp end. Like, yeah, it feels like you're working up to it, and at the end it's like, oh. It's like, okay, well, like, alright. It wasn't... Like, yeah, it's like, oh, it's like, what was I supposed to... Like, I don't know, I just didn't... I thought, like, it was going to be something, like, crazier. I thought there was going to be some sort of, like, huge reveal of some kind, and it's like, oh, they cut this guy out. And it's like, yeah, that's not nice and all that, but, like, I don't feel like it's, like, an interesting reveal. Like, it was awful what they did to that character, but, like, I don't know. And it was weird because at the very end, the person who gave it to you, the adopted daughter, she's like, I'm gonna use this to essentially, like, prove that everyone... I don't remember if that was a one-off or 2 streams. I think I want to say that was a one-off. And it was so... It's just like, I'm gonna get, like, revenge, essentially. And it felt like, this is very petty. You know, especially considering, like, everyone involved was, like, dead. So it felt, like, very petty to do that. So it was such a strange game, like, weird ending. Again, comparing it to, like, Obra Dinn. Obra Dinn had an ending that was nuts. Obra Dinn, that was like a whoa. According to my last played on Steam for The Root Trees Are Dead, that was in February.
What's going on?
That was like 4 days before I started watching. That's funny. What a coinky dink. It's, yeah, again, interesting. Ah, man, I want more games like Obra. I feel like there's a lot of games. You know what it is? I think it's just that making a mystery is hard. Like, making a mystery is hard. Like, I feel like a lot of times the reveal is just not worth the mystery, the setup. And I think that game was like a fucking prime example of like, oh, yeah, okay, cool, all right, man, I thought it was gonna be something intriguing, but yeah, I gotta dump some stuff off, and I want to see if I can catch one of those merchants to repair my gear. We're missing 6 bobbleheads. Nine days. Roots was 15. February was 20. Bruno was the 20. Interesting, though, that it was that close. How much water do we got on us? 17? Should do for now.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening, madam. Oh, he needs more time. Fuck you. What was I talking about before we got sidetracked on all that stuff? Oh, was it complaining about Fallout? Because that's usually what it is. Oh my god, yeah, Wednesday was great. Yeah, Wednesday was like... Oh, did we try the heart... let me try that. I'm gonna guess it's pink. It's pink with a big heart on it. Cute. Thanks, I hate it, yeah. Yeah, shitting on Randy and Fallout. We'll get back to that, but yeah, on Wednesday, I played for 5 hours, I played Guess the Game, where it gives you, it's a thing where you get, like,
I wish there were more
pictures of a
people like you in the
game,
world.
and you have to guess them, and they're like, it starts by, like, zooming into, like, a fucking stone, and then it becomes more and more, like, clearer what the game is, and you have to guess it in 6 tries. So that was fun, and then we also did it for movies, and it was just like... tangents and just nonsense happened. It was great.
Hey, don't mind the...
Power armor uwu. If I didn't currently have uwus on. Sounds fun. It was good. Actually, I'm surprised I managed to get... I got 5.5 hours of just guessing movies and video games. Yeah, you were good at the films, Plagueling. I struggled a lot with the movies, which is why it was fun, because I don't watch that many films, so...
Don't hurt yourself.
Like, in the past, probably, like... I think I've gone to the movie theater, like, 3 times in the past decade. So... You know.
Huh? Are you serious? Why?
I rarely watch TV or films anymore. I end up just rewatching old stuff. I'm just watching I don't watch much films while new ones. I watch a lot of people discussing films online, often with pirated shots or specific scenes. I like watch the same dozen television shows over and over again. Just start from season 1, go through until I'm finished, or until I get to the parts I don't care for. That's what I do. Like, what do I got? I'm gonna check my folder of videos. What I got on my PC? I got Archer. I got Deep Space Nine. I got The Sopranos. I got The X-Files. I got Veep. I got Smiling Friends. I've got House MD. That's kind of what I'm end up watching. Smiling Friends being the most recent of those. Smiling Friends is fun. It's a shame that the episodes are 12 minutes long. We can listen to Spotify or the radio. No merchant, no repair merchant here. Boo. Ugh, I kind of wish there was like some way to mark the merchants on the map. You kind of just have to be lucky and hope they're at the place. Check Paradise Falls, because they show up there. Hey, perfect.
Looking to trade?
This guy has 100 repair skill. Oh, that fell real good.
Let's see what the good doctor has in his magic bag, shall we?
Got any fixer, Doc? This guy does not have... You have more food than you do fucking... Ugh. Meant to ask, what are we doing, by the way? Oh, right. Yeah, well, we have finished every single thing in this game except for finding... my ultimate goal to 100% is to find everything on the map. So I have to find every location on the map. And that's what I'm doing.
Give me a shout if you need it.
So it's the perfect time to shoot the shit, because we have done... Look, we've done every other DLC and quest. Look. So we have to find... We're close. We're close. There's not that many points left. But there's still a good amount. And all the ones in DC. Oh, God. That's going to be fucking annoying. Which is why I'm saving it for last. Most recent watch I watched... Show was watched... Ugh, show I watched was Dexter Resurrection. To my surprise, it wasn't... Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Was it into Dumpster Fire? I took Explorer. I did not actually take Explorer. There we go. What, there's, I think it's a mod thing. I think it's a mod pack thing. If you get close enough to a point for it to appear on your compass, it will mark it, like, permanently. So you can remember where it is. I think it's a modded thing because I don't have the Explorer perk. It's nice. It's a cute little thing. Makes it a little easier. Oh, we have to go all the way up there still. Oh, there's so many places to find. I was just thinking about how I'm gonna thumbnail this video. And I just thought of it. It's going to be... I'm going to have, like, a shot of my character walking or running like this. It's going to be, like, a screenshot. And I'm going to put, like... I'm just going to put the lyrics to that one song where it's like, I would walk, whatever, that one. It's just going to be that. Oh, fuck off. I'm being represented. I don't think I'm going to explore this place. I don't want to go. There's just... It's like a bunch of buildings with super mutants. We're going to have enough of that as it is. If I'll go back to collect the bobblehead if I need it. Also, I still don't know what this mod pack did with the regular T-51B armor. Because normally, make the thumbnail a shot from the root trees are dead for no reason. That could be fun. The game, in Fallout 3 normally, the T-51B armor is located in Fort Constantine. But for some reason, it's just like not. It was the medic armor, and I have no idea where this mod pack actually put it. So I'm going to ask a question, and I'm probably not going to like the answer, but I've seen... What is... It's like a meme. What is a labubu? I don't know what it is. I've heard people say it, but I don't know what it is. Am I going to regret learning about it? A labubu. I've seen it on Twitter, and I've seen other streamers. Those stupid dolls. Okay, our resident Zoomer knows what we're talking about. Enlighten us, Cyber. A plushie? Gun. Like, if I just Google it, will I get it? Am I gonna be on a list for this? What the fuck? Labubu is a line of collectible plush toys. Oh, they're fucking hideous. It's an ugly looking doll. People went nuts over it. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. That one was... What the fuck? That one, sorry, that one was so long it actually, like, that bot post was so long it actually frightened me. We have a generational split across the chat. But before we move on to that, I just want to say, yeah, Labubu, that thing, I just looked it up. I don't know why anyone would go obsess over something that looks like an ugly mutant of a what's it called, like a troll doll. Child of the 90s. I am also, I'm not a 90, I'm like, I was born in the 90s, so I'm not a 90s child. I'm a millennial. My childhood was in the early 2000s mostly. I gotta admit that bot was creative. Yeah, it was more like they're gonna hook me up with this Twitch streamer that has 1.2 million views or followers or whatever the fuck, and I'm just gonna leech off of them because that's the way that you get popular. It's definitely not building connections. No, it's just like leeching off of off of other people. That account probably posted that on like 10 different channels at once and will probably be banned by the end of the stream. It's actually kind of impressive how some of those bots get nuked so quickly, because I think the account was made today. I just checked. And so those bots will sometimes within half an hour of like shitting out their spam post, it will be dead. And I think it's probably because it's so blatant that even Twitch's like lethargic bot detectors actually pick it up. It's just so fucking like, you know, account made within the last half hour, yeah. And like probably spammed out the same message to a dozen channels plus. You know, anyone who was probably streaming Fallout. I wonder if it was just like, if the message was, it said Fallout in it, right? So I wonder if it like just like sent that out to any channel that was in the Fallout categories, any category that had Fallout in the name. The only thing that results from that kind of networking is a sword shot for sucking so much dick for no reason. I will say, like, I don't know how to network. I probably should do networking, but the thing is that, like, I play a bunch of single-player games, and I play, like, an eclectic bunch of, like, oh, I'll play RPGs, and then I'll play shooters, and then I'll play just, like, random weird shit. And I don't really play anything that is, like, good for networking. Like, I would feel like such a fucking awkward weirdo if it's like, okay, you have to, we're gonna do like a thing, a collab stream, and we're gonna play like, I don't know, fucking Peak or something, and I'm like, oh, do we have to? You know what I would do a collab stream of? You know what I would do? If collab stream of Left 4 Dead, 1 or 2. Well, 2, because 2 has both games in it pretty much. That would be good. I'd play Left 4 Dead. Haven't played that game in ages. Networking schmeck working. You found it in another Fallout stream? Okay, so yeah. If you found that in another Fallout stream, then it was a bot. There was a bot, well, we knew it was a bot, but it was a bot that just targeted every, you know, potentially everyone in the category or in any category that had the word Fallout in it. So those kind of bots interest me. I'm curious, like, what is the end goal? Really, a bot? Well, I never. Yeah. What is like the end goal of like having? There's like a secret here. Is it here? Like, what do you like? Okay, first of all. How is that made? Is that like a human makes that, or is it to the point where like the bot can actually make the account? And then like, what do you do? Like, if I was stupid enough to go to that Discord, what happens? Wide net for fuck all effort, basically. It's like a phishing email. Okay. Cast a wide net. Catch 1 or 2 people who don't know cybersecurity. I think the worst part of that is that sometimes it's just like it's getting fucking grandpa or something. I don't know if it's popular where you guys live, but we get a lot of phone call ones that are robots telling you that I don't know, in some way or another trying to get you to like panic over something. And sometime for a good long while it was something more for a good long while it was like, this is a call from the Canada Revenue Agency. We're gonna come and arrest you for not paying taxes. That's like essentially what it would say, which is like fucking insane, as if the fucking Canada Revenue Agency, which is our tax agency, was actually gonna call you with a robot saying that they're gonna arrest you. Yeah, that's something that the fucking CRA does. But and there was other ones too where I was like, oh, the police have an outstanding warrant on you. But they more recently have shifted into like, this is Canada Post. We have a package. This is a post from Amazon. Your package of iPhone 15 64 gigabytes has been delayed or something like that. This is a post from UPS, you know. We had a security issue a few years ago where some bright spark clicked an email link saying, oh, your Amazon part. Oh, no. Oh, no. There's a secret around here. I remember there's like a hidden thing around Shalebridge. That's like the whole point of Shalebridge. FO3 Shalebridge. I think this is what it is. Oh, is it not? Oh, I'm thinking of somewhere else. Never mind. Oh, there's a... Oh. You gotta go inside like an ant thing, and there's a big book of science, but I don't want to go inside. Because oh, we still have this up here. I'm gonna go up here and grab these two before we go further south. I actually got, I did get an actual letter that almost got me back in the 2010s, trying to tell me purchases had been made on an old Apple iTunes account. Looked really legit. Took my bank and everything. Oh, good. I love video games. I did teleport to the Deathclaw Sanctuary, so probably should have saw that coming. If you don't make payment with it, the HMRC will repossess items or whatever. I haven't paid taxes since '99. I hate it because it's like, I fucking, you know, like when I get a phone call, like almost always, it's like phone calls are like rare. Like you don't get as many, I don't get as many phone calls because it's like a fucking phone call. Who's calling you? So when I get a phone call, I assume it's something like somewhat important because otherwise they wouldn't be phoning me. And then it's just like, fucking, oh, by the way, or sometimes it's like they do it and it's just in Mandarin. Like the robot is just speaking Mandarin. And you know it's specifically to target, what's it called, Chinese immigrants. Because it will go like, it will either just straight up be like, ni hao, and then just go into some fucking, you know, something, like some spiel about how you have to fucking give them iTunes gift cards or whatever. Or it will be like, press 1 for English, 2 for Mandarin. This is the whatever, your iPhone is up your butt, you know. Okay, we gotta go west, across the river. I'm gonna wait till daytime so we can actually see. Bailiffs in the UK are fucking palace anyway, like I give a shit if they did show up unless they got a high court writ in hand. They can't do much but knock and ask politely. I hate those bots. They're persistent. They're persistent, those bots. They show up like every stream at least once. Oh, that's something I remember. I got beep boop boppa deep. So on Wednesday for the stream of doing Guess the Game, I had in the background the FTL soundtrack, which is really good. It's a good soundtrack. And the FTL soundtrack I have used before in the background for other things without it being claimed, being hit by a copyright claim on YouTube when I've uploaded the video, the stream to YouTube. So I thought it would be the same, so I used it. And I uploaded it. And for the first part, I think, where we did, like, I split it in two, Guess the Game and then Guess the Movie. And the first part with Guess the Game, 30 seconds of the FTL soundtrack was hit by copyright. And once again, it wasn't from the actual people who made the song, it was from some loathsome cunt who sampled it in their music, uploaded it, and then it got into the copyright system. Fucking Christ, that just pisses me off. Played chicken with the Renault back in 2000. Bailiff to the customs, paperless. Yeah, that happened with System Shock 2, where, yeah, there's the long spiel in System Shock 2 when Shoten reveals herself to you, and she explains all about what she did and the many and blah blah blah, and someone sampled parts of the speech, of Shoten's speech, put it in their shitty, terrible, awful music they should be embarrassed at, how bad it is, and then that got put into the system and claimed, which just, fuck you so hard. Make music without stealing other people's shit. It's like, you didn't make that. You are not Looking Glass Studios. You don't own the voice of Terry Brosius doing fucking Shoten. Fucking yeah. Ugh. And you know what the thing is that it's like, I don't make money off of that. It just tells you that it's copywritten because that's what YouTube does. It just pisses me off that it's like, that's what gets copy hit? Get fucking back here. Can I get the other one? Ah.
Hey there.
These guys are just useless. Doesn't even have anything worth
I
stealing.
really hope you're not thinking.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. A lot of these places are copy and pasted, whole hallways, so it gets a little confusing. We're still stealing faces. We've stolen a couple, but we haven't stolen anything since we're still the Nuka-Cola lady. And we're probably gonna end this until we get to Vegas as the Nuka-Cola lady. Can you steal? I do not think so. At this point, it really doesn't matter what we put the points into because everything's going to be nuked as soon as we head to New Vegas. As soon as we head to the Mojave. Okay, so that's that done. Gonna pick up these two. Oh, Vault 87. What? Oh, okay, so we can't actually get that one. We can't actually get the Vault 87 location. Vault 87 is purposely, because of the story, is just like filled with super lethal radiation, and you cannot get there, so we cannot get that without cheating, of course. I could just, yeah, it's the irradiated one, and the front door isn't even accessible. You can't even go in through the front door, so it's not like you can. It's the whole conceit for the main storyline of having to go in through the cave entrance through a little lamp light. Looks so much better than 4 when your head looks tiny, which, given your power armor, you're about 2 feet taller and about 3 times as wide. It's actually, I was gonna say, I wasn't actually gonna bring it up, but you mentioned it. The way that this mod does, like, the power armor, Titans of the New West is the mod. It actually has a dynamic. It dynamically changes the skeleton of the player or of the character in the armor to fit with the armor and to avoid like big or small head syndrome. So it scales up the body without like fucking up the scale of the head, so that you look still in proportion even without a helmet on. I'm in favor of god moding it just for the sake of getting the pin on the map. I think that that's fair. We'll do some TGM and I'll just run and grab it. Okay, well here's this drainage chamber. It's like the opposite of 4. I swear those upscale the heads to make them not small. You know, just thinking about that now, like thinking to my footage of Fallout 4, yeah, the head does look a little weird in 4, in Power Armor. You do look a little big. Oh no, it's the Chinese. This was a Chinese listening station. So why would the why would if this is why would they be wearing something in like a secret listening station that clearly identifies them as like Chinese agents? Something tells me that that would be stupid. Man, really, that's all that's in here? There's not even like a skill book? Because storytelling. Oh, look, we've posed corpses. Bethesda comes from the Gmod school of how to tell stories. John Shotgun, yeah. Oh, fucking... Oh, God. There is a... I wonder if I can maybe load a say. There is actually a skeleton in the Broken Steel. There's an option in Broken Steel for you to destroy the Citadel. And if you go into the area that this is revealed from destroying the Citadel, there is a skeleton who has a fan, like an electric fan on his crotch, and there's like a bloodstain beneath him. They actually did it. They did the John Shotgun bit with a fan. Jesus fucking Christ, yeah. Alright, so Vault 87 is here. And you know what we'll do? We'll TGM and we'll sprint over there. So, Vault 87 in the story, yo, it's too irradiated, you can't go there. And it is, they made sure that there was no way for you to get there, because you can see you have all these signs, radiation, and then we're going to start getting the rads as we get closer. We should, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... rads a second, 8, 9 rads a second, 10 rads a second, 11 rads a second, 13 rads a second, 15, 16, 20, 20, 30. Yeah. And the door's locked. Oh wait, this actually might... I wonder if this is modded, because usually it's not that... It's usually worse. I wonder if this mod actually makes it so it's not as bad. Because usually... It might be also the power armor, I'm not really sure. It's usually supposed to be like 10,000 rads a second, like to the point where it instantly kills you. I wonder if this is modded. I wonder if I unlock this door, does this go anywhere? Unlock. Oh, okay. Oh, Vault 87 Master Key. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, this is probably a Tale of Two Wastelands thing then. I'm guessing you could conceivably come from inside the vault. And then, yeah, look, it's connected to the rat. So you could conceivably come, although... I don't know. Like, I'm assuming you could come through the vault. But, like, it really wouldn't matter considering that... Well, yeah, well, considering that, like, you can't... Once you leave Vault 87, unless you leave without... taking the Gek, you can't leave, like, you're gonna be captured by the Enclave. So, because in vanilla, you can't do that at all. There is no, like, the door is inaccessible in vanilla. You can't open it at all. It's uninteractable. And the radiation is literally like 10,000 rads a second where it would instantly kill your character. So that has definitely been changed. Interesting, but I kind of... Again, it's one of those things where like that is a change that I'm going to assume is a Tale of Two Wastelands change. And, well, like, it makes me go, ooh, it's kind of pointless of a change because there's like nothing to support it. You know what I mean? Like, the way that the main questline works still is that you're going to be kidnapped by the Enclave, so it doesn't... And, like, if that door is locked, it's like you're probably never, ever, ever going back to Vault 87. So... Because there's really no point in going there outside of the main story quest. So, like, what's the... Oh, God, Raiders versus Super Mutants, and I'm caught in the middle. Again, it's one of those things where it's like they tried to fix and make the quest line a little bit, I don't know, or more open or something, but kind of doesn't really work. Gotta Skyrim horse this. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? This guy's just chilling by the radioactive waste. Dude, are you alright?
Another wasteland survivor, huh? Sorry, but I don't got enough to share. Get your own copy of the book and do your own hunting.
What book?
Ain't you heard of the Wasteland Survival Guide? Bought one off a trader, and it's the reason my family's back up to 2 meals a day.
I don't believe that. Oh my god. It's so stupid. So, I bought the Wasteland Survival Guide. The book that told you that to sell mines as a means of making money and to steal raiders' food supplies to get food. And this fucking moron is looting in dirty rags a radioactive disposal site.
Is that so? Well, thanks, stranger. You and that Moira girl done all right by me and mine. Nice writing.
Deploy the fat man. Blow him up with mines and leave a can of Spam on his corpse. It's just like, I don't know. The Wasteland Survival Guide, that really good guide written by a moron. Unfathomably frothing angry vault dwellers with a grudge, yeah. More rat away. This man did not take any of this loot. Oh, there's a skill book. DC Journal of Internal Medicine. Another kind of pointless location. Maybe he did exactly the opposite of what the guy told him to. I don't know. It's so funny how, like, the most involved quest in this game is maybe one of the dumbest. No, that's not true. The context, like, it's perfectly reasonable, but, like, in terms of the context, but then what you actually do is so stupid. You know, like, okay, I get it. We want to make a guide to help people survive the wasteland. And then it's like, oh, how do you treat radiation? As if there's not, like, a bunch of records on that. How do you treat injury? As if there's not a bunch of records on that. How do you grow, like, oh, we need to find food in the wasteland. Oh, we're going to teach people how to, like, plant things and grow food? No, we're going to teach them how to, like, she literally, oh, like, oh, you should go check the grocery store for food. Like, what? Mirelurks. Mirelurks are a thing. You should go into this Mirelurk lair and plant a camera so we can see and learn about Mirelurks, as if that's going to help people survive. You know, it's like, that's weird because that almost feels like something you would do if you were writing, like, a research book. Not if you're writing a survival guide. How do you make money in the post-apocalypse? It's like, oh yeah, go fucking into a minefield and, like, touch the mines. Moira Brown is very smart. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's so cute. They scaled down a safe. Look at that. It's very cute. It's very cute, Bethesda. Black Bart's Bane. It's a BB gun. 75% crit chance. I can't use it with the power armor because the fucking sights are obscured. So as you can see, the environmental storytelling is that someone sat on this roof with a barbecue and a BB gun, and then he died or something. I don't know. It isn't too bad, what the fuck? It has a 75% crit chance, which is also increased by the fact that I have 10 luck, I have finesse as a perk, and I think I also have better criticals. I guess I don't have better criticals. I think I need a higher thing for better criticals. Or is better, I don't even know. I have finesse, so I'm getting lots of crits, and so it's doing a lot of damage, even though, why am I not seeing my perks? There it is, finesse. So it's doing a lot of damage despite having, with crits, despite having a, how is it scaling those crits? I don't know, the game is really good, that's how. It'd probably do even better if I repaired it all the way. Most FPSs have crit stats that are incapable, or that have crit stats are incapable of balancing. I remember Cyberpunk. For the massive balance, I had a build that had 180% crit chance with a 9 times damage multiplier. Would lead to double damage for times 8, or would lead to double crit damage for times 18 damage. Ever played Skyrim with a crit build? With like a sneak crit build? You can do stupid shit like that and that too. And that too. Ever play Genshin Impact? Oh, something's glitching through the ground. What the fuck? Oh, who the fuck are you guys? Brotherhood of Steel dudes. What are you doing here? Oh, you killed another rad scorpion and it's bugging. There we go.
Talon Company's been ambushing our water caravans. I guess they thought we wouldn't figure out who was doing it. Sure.
Okay, so this is the Talon Company. So the Talon Company is like, it's funny because the Talon Company is something that Bethesda does a lot, in that they will add a faction that has like a unique look and name and implied to have some sort of lore of its own, and then they don't do anything with them. And the Talon Company is Fallout 3's version of that. If you want to check out the Forsworn in Skyrim for that, they barely have like 2 quests. The worst example is probably the Gunners in Fallout 4. The Gunners, which are like, oh, they're these mercenaries. Oh, they're the reason Raiders Plus is their lore. Yeah, exactly. The reason that the Minutemen have been destroyed is because of the Gunners. Gunners have no quests in the entire game. Like, there's no, like, lore for the Gunner. Like, other than, like, them showing up and you shooting at them, there's, like, nothing for them. It's also funny because one of the most famous mods for Skyrim, or for Fallout 4, which is Sim Settlements 2, I think, actually decides to use them as the main antagonist of the mod, using them more than Bethesda did. Bad crit builds. 225% crit chance with 5 times damage in Warframe. That was like one of my things with Warframe, is it always got to the point where it was just like, I'm never gonna be the I'm never gonna be the man who, you know, there's those fucking people in Warframe who will literally like have builds where they can like walk down a hallway and everything will just explode into flesh around them. And it's like, man, why am I even playing this game? Oh, hey, dude.
Don't you realize by now you'll get nothing from me, you damn dirty merc? Wait a minute. Who are you? Hey, help me out of here. These Talon apes nabbed me while I was scouting the place.
Jensen!
Now I'm gonna...
Oh, the car fuck me.
You're dead!
Firing!
You're dead!
I got
plenty more. I want this one's head on a fucking plate.
This is why. This is what people mean when they say Bethesda games. This is the magic that other games fail to capture. This is why Bethesda is at the top of their game.
The wasteland will forget you ever. Good riddance. Aha! There you are.
Good night, Lugor. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, this guy's bugged. I can't actually hit him. Oh, there we go.
This ain't what I signed.
He didn't ask for that. Ow. I took the perk to have a 50% less chance of being addicted, and I'm still getting addicted like every second use. Fuck me.
There you are.
Okay, these guys are called Talent. Should they yell something when they're fighting? Yeah, they're gonna yell the name of their organization. They're gonna just yell randomly, Talon Company! Talon Company! Talon Company! I don't think there's like any point in being here. Master Chief riding into a bunch of Covenant yelling Spartans. Spartans! Maybe new Master Chief would do that. That's gonna be in the next Halo game. And then they're gonna close down the studio. Talon Company. You think they're gonna do that sooner and hand the IP over to someone? We here at Microsoft are proud to announce our new partnership for the next Halo game. The next Halo game will be done by everyone's favorite studio, Ubisoft. Ubisoft, that's right. The makers of your favorite open world games will be working on the next Halo open world experience. I could have also said Gearbox. Attention all Halo gamers. Master Chief needs your help to fight the Covenant, but he can't do it without the 3 wacky digits on the back of your parents' credit card. Gonna throw it at... Oh! Oh, sorry. Friendlies. Yeah, good luck, you guys. Have fun storming the castle. I'm out of here. Sucks. You have a feeling where they're gonna throw it at id. Id, huh? They do own them. I just don't think that id would make a good Halo game. Like, cause like it's been said, like, a lot of people who really like Doom don't like Halo. And a lot of times you could say that Halo and Doom are like very much different sides of the same coin. Yeah, they're both FPSs, but they're very different from each other. Stop back and grab some food. So, like, I don't know. I could see them trying. I just don't think it would. I think they've made 3 distinctly different Doom games. I reckon they could do it. I take that personally. Well, it's just like a lot of people who really like Doom and like the older FPSs think like games like Halo and even to an extent Half-Life like ruined FPSs. Maybe not all of them, and maybe not to that extent, but they do think that, like, a lot of them consider it, like, negative, the genre was, like, negatively impacted by those kind of games.
Here.
Well, alright. Thank you. Alright. What else do we got? What else do we got? We still got a lot up in the top right. Got some coming around down here. All this area north of DC has a bunch of shit. Oh boy. I think maybe we start here and we go north. We push north. I think they each have their own place. I like Halo, but it did start my least favorite trend in FPS, where you're only legally allowed by law for several years to carry 2 weapons, maybe an additional with a side if you were a good boy. Was Halo before COD? Because COD of Duty, Call of Duty. It's impossible to find these games. I want the first one. The first one was 2000. COD was 2003. Halo. That's an entertainment. Just get the video game. The first video. I just want. God, there's too many things named Halo. Yeah, Halo. Franchise. Here we go. 2001. Wow. Crazy. Okay, yeah, because COD also did that, but like, Halo did the 2-weapon thing. Yeah, I don't know. I never particularly minded the 2-weapon thing. A limitation can be interesting to put on a player. I know a lot of people don't like the 2-weapon thing. I think if your game is designed around it, it's not bad. Although it can be bad even if your game is designed around it. If your game is made well, which I know it's like, oh, if your game's good, then it's good. But yeah, kind of. Oh, you fuckers. Oh, that's not an exploding car. That one was. Well, 2/3 of your weapons, 2/3 of your weapons kind of suck. What? You mean accidentally getting stuck with a plasma pistol and a shotgun with 3 shots left is bad? Don't worry. The enemies drop weapons. You just have to pick up a plasma rifle. Jesus fuck. The assault rifle on any level that isn't the library. Super mutant overlords. Super mutant overlords. Ugh. Ooh, a plasma caster. Classic. The plasma caster is what was it, blip, 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 bloop. The plasma caster is what the plasma rifle looked like in the original Fallout games. This was the plasma rifle in Fallout 1 and 2. Okay, so straight out of Turok. Never played a Turok. Can't believe I've been at this for 2.5 hours and we still got so many locations to find. Vault 108, the armor, the ruins. I think that will be I think these might be the last out of DC things to find. We're almost done. Is there like a stat for locations found? Oh, it might be skewed by DLCs, so it might not be worth looking at. Who? Where? Random robots. I despise the way that this game handles random encounters, in that it's literally just throwing random enemies at you. It's just awful. You're trying to get somewhere in the wasteland and suddenly, like, a dozen, or like a pack of fucking robots appears to shoot you.
Glad that wasn't me.
Did they, like, what? Were they going spelunking with the radiation? What the fuck was that? Not even gonna bother exploring that place. It's gonna be filled with ghouls or raiders, and there's not going to be a lick of loot worth the ammo I will expend getting through it. Although I guess I shouldn't be too attached to a lot of my stuff. We are going to have it, we're going to lose it all, as well as all of these skills when we get to the Mojave. Our character is going to be suffering from a chronic case of being shot in the head. Just want to check, Vault 1, does like Vault 108 have anything in it? I'm vaguely remembering a bobblehead. Vault 108. Loot. Ah, fuck. Wait, is that the right vault? I don't know. Yeah, there is a bobblehead. God fucking damn it. Lesser known group of the rad divers. Because the morons dive into rad barrels, visual storytelling by Bethesda. You say that, but in Fallout 76, you're like, there was a group of raiders who were pacifists, and they all died. So, you know what? Joke's on you, they did it. I tracked my defense of the early game I said like an hour ago. Yeah. See, I played a lot of that game. Sometimes you're really bored, and you don't have anything else to play. So what you do is you end up playing Fallout 76 because you already spent the money on it because you're a fucking moron. And so you spend a lot of time playing Fallout 76, and you play through all the story stuff, and then you also do it more than once because you're dumb. And so yeah, you do stupid quests for like dumbass raiders. I have had fun playing Fallout 76. Oh, this is the Gary Vault. Wow. I've had fun playing Fallout 76. I will never say it is a good game. Because it's not. I played it after finishing my first year of college and was generally really enjoying it for a while, then hit level 50. Stopped giving me perk cards at any level, and my build was a fucking mess. Yeah, that was a issue for a while, because you would have to spend a long time, like, moving your perk points over, leveling. So what they eventually did is they added a thing you could make at your little base that just allowed you to switch perk points and, cards and, like, actually make, like, a build you could save. It really was, before that, it really was a game where you had to know what you wanted to be at max level before you put all your perk points in, or else you would fuck yourself. Also, I want to say that I think that this vault is really stupid. I think that the Gary vault is dumb. I think they're like, oh, there's a vault and it's filled with clones of one guy named Gary. Whew, okay, Bethesda. Oh wow, we were not sharing the same brain cell there. Oh, okay, never mind. We can kind of came to the same conclusion, or a similar thing. I like the idea of this vault, where they all start to go mad. I think it's shit, I love the potential. I don't know, like, it makes it seem like Vault Tech is a bunch of morons. Like, Vault Tech was supposed to be, like, smart and also doing, like, evil, sinister shit, but this makes them feel like they're all a bunch of idiots. What if we made a vault where everyone's a clone of a guy called Gary? And it's like, it sounds like... it's dumb. You could have done better. Oh well, we never see a functional vault where everyone has died, a gimmick where everyone has died. They show you a functional vault in 4. Vault whatever the fuck it is vault something. I don't remember what it is. Vault 104, Vault 105. I don't know what it was, but that vault in Fallout 4 is functional, but it's also not functional in that there was like a secret thing where they were like testing diseases. Yeah, you find a vault in Fallout 4 where there's literally like you go in and it's like, welcome to Vault whatever we are, and they're like they have like vault dwellers all chilling, but like there was like a secret part of the vault where they were like testing diseases and shit like that, but it essentially like everyone there like died and it kind of just broke down, and it's where you find Curie as a robot when she's still like one of the Miss Nanny robots. Just goes to show you how memorable Fallout 4 is. No, there was a... Plagueling, there was a successful vault. We did see a successful vault. It was called Vault 76. It was successful. It shut for 20 years, and then it opened, and then they went and the Vault Dwellers spread across Appalachia, and they did not start shooting nuclear missiles everywhere wildly. What? Is this guy wearing a fucking colander on his head? What the fuck is that? 76 was not functional. Their plan was to send a bunch of scientists with basically no survival or combat experience out into the radioactive wasteland and hope it just kind of pans out. I still don't know why. Why would they abandon the perfectly good vault? Again, it's just... You know what it is? It's just more of Bethesda, like, not understanding the lore of the series that they own and that they're making games for. Because it's like... Why wouldn't they, like, okay, the vault was, like, made uninhabitable on purpose to, like, flush them out into the wasteland, but that's, like, really stupid when the vault could have been, like, a safe haven for them and, like, a base of operations to expand. It's almost like the people who made these games didn't play the older ones. They never heard of a place called Vault City? Vault City was a vault in Fallout 2. They had a GEC, and they made a whole city around the vault. Of course, again, that would imply that anyone at Bethesda played any of the previous games before they made them, the new ones. Considering how they're treating the old lore in the TV show, I don't think they give a shit. remember, we don't have to be beholden to something someone wrote a decade ago. No, I want the stim pack. Oh, armory. Army T-51, T-45D, whatever. Sniper rifles. Oh, this is an armory. Minigun. Nothing I really want. I'll take this. Oh, I'll take the repair kits and all this Rad-X to sell and Rad-Away. Yeah. I just don't even want any of this. Take the bullets. Quick question. Title of the stream is Begin Again. I was under the impression it's a Tale of Two Wastelands. So, Tale of Two Wastelands is the mod that melds Fallout 3 and New Vegas together, essentially by porting Fallout 3 into a mod for New Vegas. Begin Again is a mod pack that includes all of the other stuff. So, if anyone, if you don't know, if you've ever heard of, yeah, it's like you know, Tale of Two Wastelands is essentially like an overhaul for Fallout 3 and New Vegas, because it melds these two games together. Mods have to be, you have to make, like, I don't think it's specifically, but like, you know, you should be downloading mods that are compatible with Tale of Two Wastelands and not just with New Vegas for the most part. This pack has, let me look at the mod organizer. This pack has 515 mods in it. And as you can see, it's Begin Again, a Tale of Two Wastelands. It is a Wabbajack mod list. If you've not heard of Wabbajack is a program that essentially allows you with like as little clicking as possible, for the most part, a way to install a mod pack. For the most part, if it's like a one-button download. So you set up, you find the game you want to have a mod list for, you pick the mod list, you follow any of the prerequisites that the mod list requires you, and then you install it all in one like click. I've used it for a bunch of stuff. I've used it for Skyrim mod packs, I've used it for Fallout mod packs, I've used it for Morrowind. Path of the Incarnate was one of them. It's like you set it all up and then you just download it all with Wabbajack. Wabbajack is a way to do that. It's probably a really good way to it's the best way I find to download mod packs, where you don't have, like, if the mod pack is put together well by someone who knows what they're doing, you don't have to worry about like you don't have to worry about mod conflicts. You don't have to worry about like accidentally overwriting or misinstalling something. It's all done pretty much for you, as long as you follow the guide to like set it up. Some of the mod packs do have things where it's like, make sure you have this much memory, make sure you've modified your page file, make sure you've done this, that, and the other thing. But if you do all that, it's like one button for the most part. I will say though, it does help to have if you have premium or whatever the fuck it's called on Nexus, it makes it go faster because otherwise you have to click for every single thing you install. Where if you have the premium, it will just automatically download everything. I can't talk to dog meat. All right. No dog for me. How you doing, buddy? I think it's interesting how in Fallout 3 they added dog meat as like a reference kind of to the previous game's dogs. And you have to like find him at this like random scrapyard that isn't particularly notable. It's just like another point of interest on the map. And that's, I think, took restraint. And then in Fallout 4, they literally hand you like a purebred German Shepherd in like the first 15 minutes you leave like the tutorial zone. He's just there. Like the dog meat is, it's so bizarre how dog meat is just there at the fucking the Red Rocket gas station. And like he's just sitting there. And he's perfectly friendly. You don't have to like earn his trust or anything. There's no question about like who his owner was, where he came from. It's so like artificial to be like, well, here's the dog. You know the dog we put in all the fucking marketing? Here he is. He's yours. Just take him. Jesus. So we're coming up right now to this marker, which is the Bethesda Ruins, which is this is what Bethesda will become if Elder Scrolls 6 doesn't sell well, or Fallout 5 doesn't sell well, or enough.
Go time.
See why they did it, but it's just so jarring with... Well, I think it's just, it sticks out like a sore fucking thumb, where it's just like, oh, here's your free dog, by the way. Well, I should have got some of them. Well, you know, it kind of, it just, with how they give the dog in 4, they just give him to you. It's like, oh, here's dog meat, by the way. And also how, like, even, like, later on with, like, Nick saying dog meat, calling, like, you might never show the dog to Nick. You might never bring the dog around Nick. You might never have gotten to the point where you've actually named the dog dog meat. But, like, Nick Valentine will even know that, like, oh, you have a dog, right? And his name is Dog Meat. Maybe we can use him to track the bad guy. It just, it feels, again, and just, it's an amusement park ride. You're here on the Fallout amusement park ride. To be, hey, here you go. Here's your free dog. Here he is. You know, this is what you wanted, right? And it's like, fuck, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, like him literally, like you have, okay, like that happens where you go to Kellogg's house and it's like, okay, maybe we can track him using the cigarette or the cigar butt. And what happens is that, like, oh, he suggests we can use dog meat to track him with the cigar butt. And you walk outside, and it doesn't matter where dog meat was previously, he just shows up in front of Kellogg's house. They were so convinced that you want the dog and you're going to keep the dog with you for the entire game. And, like, they don't want anything having sort of, like, you know, shooting, making the path kind of go off kilter, that they literally just teleport the fucking animal right to you. Yeah. It's exceptionally clear that, yeah, we're just literally thinking the same thing, like, a couple seconds apart. They expected you to have dog meat. They expected you to not only bring him around for, like, the entire game, but that you were automatically gonna love him. Which is, it's so weird because, like, most of my first playthrough of Fallout 4 was, like, on my own. It's exceptionally clear that they expect you to have dog meat with you, that I'm pretty sure that the perk, there's one perk you can choose. It's like, I think the 4th one in the charisma tree. It's called Lone Wanderer, and it increases your stats when you're adventuring alone. Dog meat, however, does not count. Like, that's how much they expected you to be like, oh, they're gonna want to use dog meat, right? That they're like, oh, you know, here's a perk specifically for the person who wants to be the lone wanderer. Oh, but it works even with the dog. Holy shit. I'm pretty sure he doesn't count. Let me double check that. Lone wanderer. I have the Fallout wiki up already. This effects apply. The perks effects still apply with dog meat as a companion. Yep. Well, again, and it comes back to how weird it is, how little the companions matter mechanically. They expected you to have a companion, at the very least a dog, but like it never like, you know, the companions. Like, how many hours did I spend in that playthrough with either Piper or Nick, or usually Piper, Nick, sometimes Kate, but mostly Nick. And, like, he would chime in every once in a bit and, like, say something, but, like, it never mattered. It doesn't affect anything. Hell, he would... Oh, wow, the agility bobblehead is just sitting randomly in this fucking disposal place? Okay. You now run 5% faster. Cool. Just, like, you know, Nick would be like, I'm Nick Valentine, I'm a robot detective. And, like, nobody would bat a fucking eye. I show Nick around with the Brotherhood, nobody cares. I show Nick around with the Railroad, nobody cares. Oh, God. Nick's here. It's Nick Valentine. Look, Nick Valentine. See? Nobody cares. We got Dodson here. Dodson. We got Dodson. I think we're almost done with the overworld locations. As you can see, there's this one down here, a sewer. But we got the relay tower and then Chased Acres Dairy Farm. And I think that's all of that. Then we have to dive into the DC ruins. Oh, joy. I hope you enjoy subway tunnels. Do you like subway tunnels? You best start enjoying subway tunnels, because you're in a game with a lot of them. Radio signal, Oscar, Zulu.
Water.
Ben Canning.
Thank God. Water.
You just say
Okay, saved this man's life. I gave him water. I gained karma. I feel like it's too easy to have good karma in this game. I almost feel there's just like not enough stuff to do that is evil karma. There's just like so many things that are like good karma. Where it's like, unless you do just murder every single NPC, it, you know. It's interesting that you can also, so you can become a slaver in this game. You can help out Paradise Falls and become a slaver. And what's funny about that is that in Fallout 1, or was it 2? I don't remember if it was Fallout 1 or 2. You could be a slaver in that game too. No, it was 2. It was 2. And what would happen is that you would, was it 1 and 2 as well? I don't remember. Whatever. You could be a slaver, and what would happen is that you would have a slaver tattoo, like, essentially put on your forehead, and everyone would, like, everyone except people who were slavers and who, like, were cool with slavery would hate you, because they would see, oh, you're a fucking slaver. But in this game, I can side with the slavers and then just, like, go back and say, and, like, takes backsies, and, like, nobody cares. Even stealing not everything nailed down to the floor, you can easily level it out. Well, those, there's outside of, Megaton and outside of Megaton and outside of Rivet City, there are these homeless people that are, like, dying of thirst, and you can just, like, repeatedly give them fresh water and just farm karma. Karma farming. Oh, have I been in here already? Door's open. I've been in here already, probably. Oh, no, I haven't. Never mind. Just looked like that door was open, so I thought maybe I had. Oh, no, look, the skeletons. They came in here and then they died. Oh, my God. Visual storytelling. I am so told story-wise by this scene. My God. That was probably like top 30, 40 skeletons in this game. No, as someone who, I love my Bethesda games, and so I love my skeletons. So I'm always making sure to find the good skeletons when I'm playing these games. For fuck's sake. This is now a Sniper Elite level. Take out the sentries first. Does anyone remember for the Hitman games, they added those things like, there was that one, like, it was like a free side game called, like, I don't know, Hitman Sniper Challenge or something like that? Anyone remember that? Where you would be like 47 at like a sniper's nook, and there'd be like a huge level, and you had to figure out, you had to like kill all the guards without like alerting the place by like shooting them and making sure they fell into like a bush or a pool or like out of sight. And there was like a bunch of different optional objectives, like shooting all the pigeons or whatever the fuck. And they had like, I think they added like a couple levels to that. Speaking of Hitman, I saw this thing on Twitter for Hitman where there's like a mission coming out for Hitman. It's like Eminem or whatever the fuck is like the target. And I was like, wait, what? Is this real? Am I being pranked? Fucking why? I don't know. It's weird. It's maybe not like they did a thing a couple years back, several years back now, probably, where it was the character. It was like a character you have to kill like some dude, but he was voiced by Sean Bean, and so the joke was that like, how many different ways can you kill Sean Bean? Ha ha ha. But like this one's like, I don't know. It's just like, oh, it's Eminem. This guy's still here. I think they might be stuck. These guys.
That special something.
Like you repair stuff.
Tell me what you need, and maybe I've got your fix.
I had 68.3 Radaway. I can probably sell some of this. Tales of a Junktown jerky vendor. How did a book about Junktown get all the way out east?
Another set.
Because Junktown is a place in Fallout 1. Do you have to help either... What was his name? It's Gizmo or... Gizmo's the big fat evil guy. And I forget what... Killian. That's the other guy's name. Okay, so outside of... We have to find this fucking sewer. How do you put a marker? There we go. Oh wow, these corpses are still here from like the beginning of the game, the beginning of the playthrough. Wow. God, how many hours have I spent playing Fallout 3 and we're finally done? Close? Not yet. We still... Oh, don't. Stop. We're not done yet. Sewer Way Station. My favorite location on the map. So I do like how it thankfully tells you if you have to get through like certain metros to get to a certain area. Oh god, we have to go through... Okay, this is it. This is the start, boys and girls. We have to start going into DC. Hope you like super mutants! Just a little bit addicted to Jet. Like, fucking look at this. I load in, and it's like 45 super mutants. Just, These bastards shouldn't even be here. Why are they on the East Coast? I guess I actually should be grateful that Bethesda didn't decide to, I don't know, what's worse? Bethesda just, like, copying Super Mutants and having them on the East Coast for, like, no reason? Or them, like, whatever they would think up themselves. Like, if they tried to think up, like, the new enemy type, how bad would it be? It would probably be, like, some kind of raider. It would just be, like, a bunch of raiders, because that's, like, seemingly all they can do is just, like, make different groups of, like, belligerent people with guns. Wouldn't be bad, just boring and generic. Yeah, more raiders. Yeah, it's just it'd be gun guy. What do? They shoot the gun. They're really mean. They're really mean. Again, Bethesda Raiders are so... It's weird. I feel like they really missed the mark on what the Raiders are. Like, the Raiders weren't just like generic randos who were evil in the previous games. They were gangs. They were Raider gangs and like clans and shit. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm guy who you know, we're just like, oh, drug addicts who just like, you know, rape, murder, and pillage. It's like, yeah, they were that, but they had some sort of identity. Going as far back as 1 with the Cons, you know, there was a little bit there, and they develop it. You had, like, the Vipers in 2, and then in New Vegas, they add the Fiends and the Powder Gangers. No. Actually, was that a mattress? Can I sleep that? Just sleep on a mattress in the middle of DC, it's fine. Gotta take our drugs again. Jesus. Good shot. How did you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you. Okay. It's so weird that they made all of this like DC. They made all of this like downtown DC, but like there's nothing to do here other than fight raiders and super mutants. Like, because we have done all the quests already in the game, so there's no like quests leading us here. It's just to fight raiders and super mutants, and there's not even like that like, you know, particularly like interesting loot or items to find. So I just don't understand. Is this fucker gonna punch me? How do I get over there? Oh. Oh no, skeletons in the shelter. Oh no. Guys, storytelling, environmental. They put skeletons in the shelter. So, you need special training to use power armor. How are these raiders using power armor? Did they get special training from the Brotherhood of Steel? Just consume product. Well, to be fair, that is a mod, so I can't blame Bethesda for that one. Fucking mod makers. Disrespecting the lore. How dare it? How fucking dare you? Guys, this is gonna take me to another station I haven't. I love subways. I love Subway. Subway. Eat fresh. Where's this pointing me now? Where the fuck? Where is this? How do I get there? Oh, I hate Washington. Oh, the city's transit system sucks. No, seriously. What? Where is this pointing me to? Why? If I TCL, am I gonna find this? Oh. Oh. What is this? Why is a marker pointing here? What am I following? Oh my god. How do I get to these other places? Do I just have to go through the subway tunnels? Oh my god. Let's start at the Lincoln Memorial. 407 years ago, our fathers brought forth onto this continent a nation conceived in liberty, where fuck, I don't remember the rest. Fourscore. Let's start with New Vegas instead. We're so close. We're so close to being done. Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. We are now engaged in a great civil war test. I'm not gonna read it a second time. I'm gonna start all my streams from now on just playing the Gettysburg Address. You're an American sleeper agent or something. You see the Lincoln Memorial every time you start. It's the most famous like Lincoln speech, the Gettysburg Address, and I just think 407 years ago. Also, I have been listening to an audiobook about the U.S. Civil War, so I've got Lincoln on the mind. are there just like a bunch of radroaches here? Oh, I just really, there is a bunch of stuff to find over here. We have to find, Arlington is over here somewhere, which is, fuck. We'll just keep heading down the mall. We have to find the Capitol building and all that. Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth onto this continent a nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the idea that all men, or dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. That this nation may not perish from the earth. Lincoln's not my favorite president, but he's up there. I have a deep respect for Grant as a president and as a general. And then I also really like Washington, which it's like, oh, you like George Washington? Oh. Where'd that first shot go? So I think it's a quirk of this mod pack where enemies with melee weapons will try to they will pick up the ranged weapons of like fallen allies, which it's kind of strange because it's like, I don't know, you expect the melee enemy to like charge you and try to like close the distance and hit you. I don't know what the logic is for like, because sometimes they do. Like sometimes I'll see like a raider with like a lead pipe try to hit me to death in power armor, and then sometimes I'll see a super mutant with a huge sword try to like, you know, pick up a fucking ranged weapon and try to shoot me with that instead. Which I don't know, just, like I don't understand why one does one and the other one doesn't. Pretty sure this game does not actually have the Grant Memorial in it, which is a shame. Grant's Memorial is in front of the Capitol building. And he's looking out west towards Lincoln's Memorial, which is very well constructed.
Found you!
I know the scale's like a bit wacky, but it should be like here-ish. The scale of this is not great. I know it's like limitations, but it does they really the National Mall is so much wider and just longer, especially wider. Like it is so much wide. Like the fucking, if you've ever seen the Lincoln or the Washington Monument as it actually stands, it's just like on like a plinth in like the middle of the what's it called, of the mall. It's like very sort of exposed. There's like a wall like around it. Also, I like how it's just randomly Talon Company mercs are attacking super mutants at the Capitol building. What is my title? Shield of Hope. Oh. Guys, I'm the Shield of Hope. Shield of Hope, a level 63 paladin ability that will be cut in the next expansion. That's what it sounds like to me. So, who are the Talon Company? What are they doing here? Why are the super mutants even here? What is their? Why are they like occupying the Capitol building? Also, like, why is... Okay, the super mutants in DC, in the Capitol Wasteland, come from Vault 87. Let's open up the map, shall we? This is Washington, DC. This is Vault 87. Now, it's only 2.3 or 2.4 kilometers away in this scale, but what, it's like 10 times shrunk down or something like that? So it's probably like, what, 30, 40 plus kilometers away? How are there that many super mutants also? Questions that will not be answered. And questions that will not be answered because Bethesda didn't even consider them in the first place. Oh, and why are there super mutants here? Why are there that many super mutants here? How did they get here from Vault 87? Who are the Talon Company? Why are they here in force? Why are they for some reason fighting the super mutants over the Capitol building? What possible reason could they have for throwing their lives at this? I always find that these mercenary groups, especially in the Bethesda ones, they feel like pointless. Like, why are you throwing your lives away, like, to fight? Just like a pointless fight. Like, what do you do? What are you doing? What are you doing? Bethesda thinks they're a product of radiation. See, as easy as it would be to say that they just don't understand that the super mutants what they are and that they're not just like radioactive, because like we can't do that unfortunately because Vault 87 does exist and they are doing FEV experiments in Vault 87. So it's implied that there's doing Vault 87 FEV stuff, and that's what that's where the super mutants came from. But like, so they knew that much. But like, I don't understand why they're like here on like the other side of the wasteland. Like, what are they doing? What is their goal? Because that's another thing, is that like, there's no leader. Like, I think that's another issue, is that like the super mutants in Fallout 1 were led by two very specific characters. You had the Master and the Lieutenant. But like, in here they're just like random super mutants just like going around. But like, why? You know, what is their goal? Oh, right, there's a behemoth in here.
Over here! Over here!
Look, it's the Capitol Rotunda. Wow. I'm so impressed. Is there anything worthwhile in here, or am I wasting my time? Time to check on the wiki. Cat Pit Towel Wielding, the Capitol building. Notable loot. Some skill books, which might not actually be here because of the mod pack, and that's it. Ba 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 bum. Do 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 do. Again, it's just, I feel like it's weird that they like made all this, but like nothing is done with it. I don't know, it's weird. You think that, like, this is like outside of the Washington Monument, the Capitol building and the White House are like the other two most iconic parts of, like, you know, I think locales in DC. The White House is blowed up. It's just like a crater. And the Capitol building is just like, you go through it and you shoot. It kind of feels boring. No, just no. Look upon my... Ow. Where did you come from? Holy shit. I'll remind you, Super Mutant Overlords in vanilla Fallout 3 have 1250 health, and they spawn this regularly. They are a fucking plague to deal with. They're the most annoying enemy. Guess we can't go that way. Columbus Circle. I guess we can skip over here and find these 2 points. These 2 points. Oh my god, look! Look! Leveled up, we're level 30. Woo, level 30. Give it up for level 30. What do we need for better criticals? Do you see better criticals on here? Better criticals. Right, we need... Oh, I forgot we need perception. Oh my god, we need perception 6. Which means we might have to take an intense training. Not exactly excited about that, but... Alright, there we go. Recon Cap Craft Theta. This is the wow. So this mod pack balances it so that you only get the start for Mothership Zeta at level 30. But I did that already. Like, look at these fucking clowns. These guys are like literally D-Day marching into machine gun fire. This guy's just standing there. Oh, now he's dead. Again, it feels weird considering like we don't know anything about the Talon Company. Or again, why are the super mutants here? You know, what are they doing? Why is the Capitol building like so important to these people? Right. We're close. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish all the points for Fallout 3 tonight. But it will probably be one more shorter stream of Fallout 3 and then into New Vegas. I will definitely have to count how many hours this took. I'll go back and look at my footage. There's super moomins everywhere. Oh no, please don't land. You fuckers. Where are they coming from? It's very bizarre that the Enclave still have, like, vertibirds flying around when I finished all the... Like, they're dead. They're done. They're gone. All of them are done. Why are there still vertibirds? The Enclave is defeated here. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna have to probably... I have to end a little earlier tonight. That's why I started early. We still have stuff to... There's still locations to find. Okay, so I'll have to think about whether or not I don't know, do I do another stream of Fallout 3 and finish it off? Or do I do it off stream and just, like, find the rest of the stuff off stream and then just start with new... like, going to the train station and starting New Vegas? Because we've like, Fallout 3 has essentially been, like, milked dry. Like, we found everything, like, every quest in the game is done, including DLCs. I don't know how, like, you know, either or, hours. I don't know, like, it's gonna be a lot of shooting. There are some areas over here, I remember, like, called, like, Tacoma, and it's just, like... just slogging through super mutant fights. It's probably not going to be the most entertaining. So I'll see how I feel. I'll think about it, whether or not I want to give maybe one more stream to Fallout 3, or say that this is the end of Fallout 3. But you'll see, I guess, then next stream of this. If I come back and it's like, okay, we're gonna finish it off, then we're gonna finish it off, or I say I did it off stream, and we move on to New Vegas. Because I think this game is, like, it's pretty much done. And I will 100% it regardless, whether it's on stream or off stream. I will get the final locations, and I will do it off stream if I have to. Because it would be a bit easy, maybe a little bit, it wouldn't be as bad if I just, like, you know, put a movie on and just, like, you know, shoot through everything. Where doing this live is kind of not great because it's a little repetitive. But yeah, this may or may not be the end of Fallout 3. We're only technically halfway done with these because we still have an entire other Fallout game to deal with. Oh joy. It's a good one though, so that'll be fun. Yeah, Fallout 3. I think I have, if this is my last entry for Fallout 3, I think I have made very clear over the course of probably, what, 40 hours plus? No, longer than that. 50 hours, 60 hours plus of playing this game, that I don't think it's very good. This was their first showing, and in terms of Bethesda making a Fallout game, and I think in a lot of ways they missed the mark, especially with the quests. The quests are fucking... when they're not atrocious, they're retarded. And I think they could have made a better sequel. There are bits and pieces here and there that are fine, especially in terms of the aesthetic. I don't mind the aesthetic of how this game looks. But instead of doing that, they made Fallout 4. So they clearly did not learn the right lesson. But, you know, Fallout 3 is a game. And it kind of sucks. It sucks a lot. I don't like Fallout 3. Yeah, that's a good spot to end.